So, Poki Plays made basically a Twitter thread that contains all the new cards and all the new updates. So I'm gonna use his thread to just look over everything, okay? These are the cards that I talked about, the Undead cards, and that I revealed. I already talked about these cards. If you haven't seen it, check out my other YouTube video. I'll jump over this. By the way, one thing that I want to specify is that Helping Hand is not a one-drop, and it's actually a token of Handless Forsaken, and that's it. I presented it as a one-drop because there was some confusion when Blizzard sent me the cards, and I was not sure either if it's a one-drop or not. I just went with presenting it also as a one-drop, because if it was a one-drop and I would not present it, I felt like that would be worse than the other way around. And unfortunately, it was the other way around. But yeah, there was a little bit of confusion. Apparently, it's just a token from the Handless Forsaken, and that's it. Which is fine, because Undead already is going to have a 2-1-2-1 on Tavern 1. So, after the Undead cards, we're having this. We're having a tech card, Sindore Straight Shot, specifically to counter Undead. It's a 4-star 3-4 Wind Fury Divine Shield. Not bad if you just level to 4 and you want a little bit of tempo. But it's a tech card because what it does is whenever this attacks, it removes Reborn and Town from the target. It's an interesting card. Hard to buff because it's a no type. So you have to buff it with your hero power or something. Or with Uther. If you manage to Uther this, it's a 15-15 Divine Shield with Wind Fury. It's not bad, but it's difficult to buff. It's a good counter for Undead, however. It's a very good counter for Undead. So I think this card is going to be like very interesting. I watched a Blizzard interview with Collins and Shady Bunny, and what they said is this time they want to be prepared for the situation of Undead being too good. Like Naga was too good on release, there was no counter for Naga, and they want to give us a counter for Undead if Undead is going to be too good. So if Undead is going to be too good, you can play Sindore until they balance things a little bit better, which is pretty fun. Removing Taunt is also like a pretty nice counter to like some things. One card cannot counter a full race. True, but it can definitely help in some situations. Like White Mane definitely helped keep beasts with Leapfrogger more specifically in check. We'll see how powerful it is. Chronormu. This card is very cute and very powerful. While this is in your while this is in Bob's Tavern, gain the stats of any minion sold. So you can just basically sell all your board and like put all the stats on this guy. And then how do you give it Divine Shield? With Nadina. So it can be like a very powerful dragon actually. It's a really powerful dragon. Imagine if you're playing Daryl and you have this card. Or imagine this card with like ball of minions. Yeah, this card is like very crazy, very powerful. Exactly what dragons needed. A powerful muscle that helps them in the mid game. They also got another 2-8, which is add a 2-1 Smolder Ring to your hand that gives another dragon +5 attack. Not bad, right? And the Smolder Ring is give a dragon +5 attack. So I assume you can target it. Pretty good, right? Pretty good. You can play it on this guy, but you can play it on something else as well. Also, it's a battle cry, so it works with Caligos. Then they changed Baron Rivendare to Titus Rivendare because of flavor. Because Baron would have been an Undead, and they don't want this to be an Undead because they want it to be present in every single lobby. They made Titus different than Baron in one way. If you have 2 of them on the board, it's gonna be kind of like having the golden version of it. So you can play 2 Tituses, and your Death Rattles are gonna trigger 3 times. So it's a better Baron. That's nice, that's good, that's interesting. You can stack them around. Now, dual type minions, which were also present in Standard, I feel like in the last expansion, they're coming to Battlegrounds. So what do dual type minions bring to us? A mediocre Quillbore Pirate, after the card is added to your hand, gain +1 health until your next turn. It's not gonna be like a great one because the buff only stays for a little bit. Usually cards that are really powerful are the ones that keep their stats permanently. Like this guy. After you play a Battlecry minion, gain +1/+1. This is permanent. Every single time you play a Battlecry, this guy permanently gets +1/+1. That's a lot of stats. And it's gonna be like a very powerful Murloc Dragon minion. Very, very powerful. Corpse Refiner. This minion sells for 1 more gold. Avenge 4. It's difficult to get a lot of value from it, but doable. You can get like a little bit of gold. Can be pretty good, right? Felemental. Great name. Minions in Bob's Tavern have +1/+1 for the rest of the game. Permanent effect on Battle Cry. This card is nuts. This card might be like the best new free drop. It's gonna be better than the Watcher, right? Sorry, than Overseer. Overseer is +2/+1, while Overseer is on the board. My guy gives +1/+1 permanently. You get 2 of these, you're better than Overseer. And you can cycle it around. This card is slow? What do you mean it's slow? Like, Overseer was not slow, was it? I feel like some people don't they say, oh, it's like playing 1 card with Nomi. I mean, it's not, because it applies to literally every single minion in the game. There's like no downside to just buying this once you get Tavern free. Like, you level to 3 and you get 2 of those. Or like 1 of these and like Overseer. Overseer is still in the game, right? It's a broken card. I think it's gonna be the best free drop in the game. Don't at me. Puffer Quill. Very fun 4-drop. After a spell is played on this, gain poisonous until your next turn. Quillbore with poison. Pretty great, right? And now you can get poison in a non-Murloc lobby as well. I feel like they value the poison existing in the game, but they don't want poison to be in every single lobby and always there and always present. Elemental is gonna be the best free drop in the game, don't at me. Magma Lock. Magma Lock at the end of your turn, gain +1/+1, repeat for each minion you played this turn. It's not bad. I mean, I think it fits more with elementals than with Murlocs, but it's pretty good. Okay, this guy is a real player. Cyborg Drake, Mech Dragon, Divine Shield itself, and then your Divine Shield minions have +10 attack. By the way, they only have the attack when they have the Divine Shield. They only have the attack when they have the Divine Shield. So while it's Divine Shielded, it's going to be a 12-8. When it loses the Divine Shield, it's going to become a 2-8. Still very powerful. Very, very powerful. I mean, Divine Shields are already good without having the 10 attack. I don't think this is going to be like part of your end game, but it's going to make your mid game super powerful. It's going to allow you to just go from Tavern 4 discovering this to Tavern 6. This card is also really busted, I think. Reborn. This card reborns with full health and enchantments. So basically, it summons another version of itself after it dies the first time. Pretty powerful, right? Not sure how much you can buff on Undead Beast, but I think it looks very promising. It's very good with Leapers. Yeah. It's very good with Leapers. Fell Stomper, this card doesn't seem that good. After you summon a minion in combat, give your minions +3 attack. Maybe I'm underestimating how much free attack is in combat, but it doesn't seem that great. It doesn't seem that great. Greta. Make a different friendly pirate or Naga golden until your next turn. By the way, this is like Tony's replacements. They are cutting Tony. I already looked over like the cards they remove. We're gonna get into it in a little bit. They will remove Tony and add Greta. The stat line is kind of bad at 2-9, but the effect is amazing. Make a different friendly pirate or Naga golden until your next turn. You can also just buy it and sell it after you use the spellcraft. Mecha Jaraxxus is a very interesting one. I think it's gonna be like a lot of tempo and power. So these are the cards that Mecha Jaraxxus can give you. It can give you a 10-1 that gives you Reborn, a 1-10 that gives you Taunt, and a 5-5 that gives you Wind Fury. And all of them can magnetize on both mechs and demons. It's pretty good. Not fantastic. I guess giving Reborn is gonna be like the best one, but it's pretty good. Okay. Then, returning minions. We're gonna have Iki Imp and Building Green Thumb back. Very powerful. I like both of those cards. Both of the cards are really good. No more Nest Matron, Tank, Pale Scale, and Tony. Okay. Those are some big hits to some of the archetypes, but I can understand it. We are also losing Imprisoner. Let me zoom in on this. Actually, it doesn't work to zoom in that well. Imprisoner, Honsho, Glyph Guardian, Yoho Ogre, Nez Matron, Status Elemental, Khadgar, Bonker, Majordomo out. I will miss Majordomo. It was a fun way to play. Nomi stays in the game, unfortunately. Oh no, I'm super happy that Nomi stays in the game. Super happy. Egg, Draconid, Baby Crush, White Mane. Mitrax is out again and they keep Lightfang. Dude, somebody at Blizzard, I don't know what the hell they're doing. Like, in what world can you keep Lightfang over Mitrax? I don't understand this. My boy Mitrax always takes the hit. F Lightfang. Seriously, they should have kept Mitrax over Lightfang in the game. Lightfang still just dodges all the nerfs, or all the removals, while being useless. Okay, I don't want to rant over this. Radar Gore being out is interesting, but I guess dragons get a lot of support. Imp Mama makes sense because it's super weak. And now Jaraxxus makes more sense as a tempo minion. Peggy, nothing happens to Peggy. They basically just change her art so that she corresponds to being a pirate and not to being an undead. So Peggy's the same, basically. And is gonna still stay a pirate. Golden version of Amber Guardian now gives 2 friendly dragons the 220 Divine Shield. Very powerful. I like this change a lot. Okay. They are changing some heroes. Now, Maleficent Mana Stone gives 2 attack whenever you summon a mech. Very powerful. I think she's gonna be like a really good hero now. It's gonna be basically like better than Deathwing, right? Because you buff your own minions but don't buff your opponent's minions. Jaraxxus also gets a new good hero power. Choose a friendly demon. It consumes a minion in Bob's Tavern to gain its stats. This might be like the best version of Jaraxxus we had so far. It's basically the 2-star demon at like a 1-cost hero power. Finally a good synergy, a good hero power. Pirama takes a nerf. Now his hero power starts from 1. Pretty weak. Galewing also gets a nerf. So they changed Galewing's hero powers. In 1 turn, give your leftmost minion +2/+2. In 2 turns, gain 2 gold. In 3 turns, discover. But the catch is you cannot pick the same flight path twice in a row. If you pick discover, you have to at least go 1 turn +2/+2 before you go back to discover. I think that's okay. It's still gonna be a good hero, probably not as good as it is now. And then we get new hero Putricide with craft the custom undead free creations over the game. Very fun hero. Definitely gonna try to play it as much as I can. Okay, so that's all the changes. Shout out to PokePlays for like collecting all the changes together in like one Twitter thread, so that lazy streamers like me can just like review everything in one place. So yeah, big shout out to PokePlays. Yeah, that's a lot of changes. I'm really hyped for like the dual tribe minions. By the way, one thing that I want to specify on the dual tribe minions is that you don't need to have both tribes for the minion to appear. Let's say we have a lobby with elementals, but no demons. Elemental can still show up. It doesn't have to be a lobby with both. It can be a lobby with one of them, and then it shows up. But yeah, Elemental is so broken. This card is insane. Buffer Quill is really powerful as well. I mean, I feel like a lot of the dual tribe minions are going to be like really powerful. We're going to see exactly how powerful they are. But I'm pretty excited. Exciting things are coming in Battlegrounds, guys. Again, if you want the full Undead review, I made a video where I revealed the cards. And I also talked about them. I didn't mention like every single synergy because I wanted to make like a nice, short, catchy video. But pretty much that's it. Okay, let's go back to playing.